When reflecting upon where we stand right now with Tomb Raider and Lara Croft, we have things to be very much happy about, along with things that are sort of left up in the air. Where will this series go? What will we see next? What will be restored and what will be discovered for the very first time? I think for many of us, when we see Tomb Raider, whatever type of fan we are, core design, Legend Trilogy, Survivor games, when we think of her, we see that version of Lara we love. And maybe that is more than just one era. Maybe it's two of them, or even all of them. I think something to unify us all is the notion of wanting to see Lara back. But we don't just want to see Lara back, we want her back center stage, the main show, in a new game that really respects that legacy. Give us something new to sort of wow us all again. Most of all, the fanbase having Tomb Raider back in a way that feels like it's respected and honored. I think some of those ideals are things most of us fans want, and for that I very much want and hope that we get that. This video is a less of a doom and gloom, since we haven't really heard much about the new Tomb Raider game. We know it's being made, we know something is hopefully coming at some point, but the lack of any information on it and it being shown or even revealed, we don't really know anything in that respect. Lots of rumors, but nothing definitive. And there is a time to discuss those topics, our wants for the future, our concerns, our worries, and all of that. But for this video, I want to focus more on her glory, and us as a community sharing in that glory, our stories with her, what Tomb Raider means to all of us, whether you started with the originals, even the Survivor games, or where I began with the Legend Trilogy. What was your first experience with this series? Maybe what was your most memorable moments that you had with these games, a particular game, and a simple moment with Lara. Maybe it was a puzzle or a moment of isolation of not really knowing what to do next, trying to search for some clues within the environment. Maybe it was a story beat, a piece of the soundtrack, or a player-created moment, an action beat, or something more obscure. Whatever it may be, share it all here. I want to use this as a video for all of us to sort of reflect on this legend. As an opportunity, I wanted to share something on the more personal side of things as it relates to my experience with Tomb Raider and this series. As frequent watchers know, I did not start with the core design games. I will admit that even as an admirer of them when I was younger, I was intimidated by their difficulty, and even more from the obscure elements too. It wasn't until later on where I really dived into this series, but with those great remastered core design titles that we received recently, I have been able to start getting that touch and taste for those games. I thought about which one I really wanted to dive into and dedicate to then beating it. Oddly enough, I was drawn to the very last game that Core Design did within this series. It may seem weird, but I figured the first Core Design game that I was going to beat was actually going to be Angel of Darkness. The cult classic one, the infamous title, the one that can be rather divisive even within the groups who hold that Core Design titles up very much as the very best within the series. The remaster very much made it more accessible for me to get into it. I like the new control scheme and how everything feels. Yes, the title still had janky elements, but as the sixth entry in a franchise that we were seeing many sequels with a quick turnaround, in an effort to be true to the series and a chance to kind of change things up for the benefit of the series, you can very much see what Angel of Darkness was trying to do. I found myself enjoying it so much that I ended up making sort of a play-by-play video set of my time with these games. I'm still even working on finishing most of those up, as I have them all scripted, but I haven't really had the time to edit all of them. But I can tell you, as someone who completed the entire game, count me among those who really enjoy that title. I both get it from the perspective of the fans who defend Angel of Darkness, along with those who love core design and how they made their stuff. This is why I have loved to see these titles remastered. It preserves and keeps our games so that both longtime and new fans can jump in, enjoy them again and again, and for the very first time. I played and beat Angel of Darkness for the first time in 2025, and I was still captured by much of its magic, especially in what it was trying to do. I saw the flaws, the jank, and I also saw the beauty too. It was another side to this character and series I had not really experienced yet, and made me love it even more. Now, of course, as many of you know, I'm a huge proponent of the Tomb Raider Legend games. I love that underrated trilogy. It's that next set that I hope to see remastered. I have played them all recently on the PC, and I had an absolute blast with them. Though there are some hiccups and such, those titles have aged considerably well. One, I see this trilogy as one of the more forgotten ones in a way. Survivor is the most recent. Core was the first. Legend was the middle child. Legend was where I got my true start for the series, and returning back to it last year, and replaying it and then replaying it many times over, I am left with a title that has held up considerably. It wasn't just a nostalgia thing for me, but rather a game I could not put down. I would beat it and then get right back into it. For a 5 to 6 hour action-adventure title, I think that really shows that quality, and that I just wanted to do it again and again. Anniversary provides a nice blending of the Legend mechanics with the core designs that we saw in the originals, along with Underworld being that great blending between Legend and Anniversary. Even as a huge fan, I have some issues here and there with the trilogy, and I would love to see Underworld get much more love if a remaster is done for those titles. But they still are something special. I guess you could say that these games, even Angel of Darkness, I am drawn to the more black sheep of the series. I will even give a few moments here to acknowledge the Survivor games as well. While I have not returned to them in years, I want to, especially for all of you. When I played through them when they each came out, I very much enjoyed all three. Well, it has been a while, and I am curious where I stand on them currently, but something I will say is that if you've only played one of the main 3 eras of Lara, I would recommend exploring outside of the era you started in, and seeing what else this franchise has for you. You might be pleasantly surprised. So why did I make a video like this, and not one on some of the potential news going on with Tomb Raider or even anything related to that? Well, I might do some of that stuff in time as well, but I felt compelled to make a video that focuses on the celebration of the character, an opportunity to hear from all of you and your personal stories, a way for me to communicate some of my own. I know that it isn't all sunshine and rainbows when it comes to this series, or maybe even where it's headed, but Tomb Raider is rather long running, and we have so many great games to enjoy, and that is something they cannot take from us, those titles, those memories, and the love for this series. Thanks for listening and watching today. What are your thoughts on all of this? What is something personal about Tomb Raider or Lara to you? It could be the games, the films, a specific gameplay moment, action scene, puzzle, or even jump. I want to hear all of it in the comments down below. If you're interested in supporting the channel, please check out my Patreon page. For just $1 a month, you can help to keep this channel going strong, and this allows me to be able to do more for my awesome audience. Please check out the links in the description and pinned comment for ways to support the channel. And most of all, thank you very much for watching.